To be honest with you, straight off the bat, sometimes I don't even want to talk about fitness content because maybe you have this with your job where you do the same thing all the time. But there's only so many ways you can do your job, right? Now, when it comes to fitness and fat loss and losing weight and doing push-ups, there's only so many ways you can do a push-up. You can bend your elbows, you can bring them out wider, you can bring them out narrow, but that's about it. The same thing with weight loss. Weight loss is all about calories in versus calories out. And it gets really boring at a certain point. It gets really tedious. And it doesn't behoove you either to get more information because you guys have all the information already. But what I really wanted to talk about here is something that's a little bit more behind the scenes, and maybe it'll give you more perspective of what's really going on, why everybody's so overweight. So for me, I offer online fitness coaching, right? Every single online fitness coach, deep down, we all know that we can help anyone. I can help anyone lose weight. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter if you have Hashimoto's, thyroid disease, if you have PCOS, if you have diabetes, if you're perimenopausal, every single ailment that you might have, the solution is always to start living a better lifestyle. 99,000% of the women who are complaining about their hormones, oh, this is just how it is after 40, they're also eating at Starbucks and they're putting sugar in their coffee and they're not getting any steps in. They're not even really trying. They're not even strength training. I was talking to a person and that person said, oh, yeah, I always get so nauseous 45 minutes into the workout. Now, I was thinking like something really complicated. Oh, maybe his or her digestion is off. Maybe there's something like wrong. I don't know. Let me do some research. I don't know. Nauseous after 45 minutes of lifting weight. Maybe it's the exercises. Maybe it's the exercise selection. Maybe rhabdomyolysis from working too hard. And then, no, he just wasn't drinking any water. So it always comes down to the basics. And if you get all the basics down, then you will succeed. But you guys are not in this program because you need to know like how to do things. You're here for the accountability. And when it comes to online fitness coaches, I know I can help anyone. But if you go to any online fitness coach's Instagram profile, what do you see? For me, for instance, that I help women over 35 who have tried all the quick fixes get fit, tight, and toned without doing quick fixes. That's my niche. That's my quote unquote niche. Now, do I want to have a niche? No, I want to help everybody, but it doesn't work because if you're driving down the road and you want to get a Phillips screwdriver and you just need a Phillips screwdriver and you drive down the road, any road really, and two stores, and one says General Hardware Store and the other across the road says Phillips Screwdriver Store. We specialize in Phillips screwdrivers. What store are you going to go into? You're going to go into the Phillips Screwdriver Store because they might have the best Phillips screwdrivers and they know exactly how to sell you a Phillips screwdriver. So the same thing happens with marketing. And this is just what needs to happen for online fitness trainers, for health and fitness marketing to catch your attention. And this is why the brand Yeti, the bottles, they have their niche. Alo clothing has their niche. Yoga Works has its niche. F45 has its niche. But really, when it comes down to you losing weight, losing fat, building muscle, changing your life, it's all the same thing. It all comes down to you actually changing your lifestyle. And whether you have menopause, whether you're a man with low testosterone, whether you have arthritis. I have women with arthritis where they go to the doctor and the doctor says, oh, you shouldn't be working out because you got arthritis. So you got to get on medication. And then they start strength training, arthritis goes away. You have women with PCOS where they have high testosterone and their insulin sensitivity is off. They start eating potatoes, PCOS symptoms go down by eating potatoes, by strength training. Women that start strength training, their menopausal symptoms go down by strength training. But what is everybody being promoted with? Obviously, the quick fixes, the solutions, the things that are effortless, right? So when it comes to fitness, you're either on top or you're on the bottom. You're never in the middle. And if you're in the middle, you're suffering. You're suffering. And what I mean with suffering is, look, hey, let me tell you something real straight up from the heart right here. I like to have a lot of money. I like to buy nice cars and I like to wear nice clothes and I like to have a six pack. I like to walk into a room knowing that I'm super fit and that you have people are looking at me and they're like, damn, that guy is super fit. That's what I like. And I don't apologize for it. But if I'm going to try to live in the middle and be like, oh, yeah, I'm trying, then I'm not being myself. But what attracts people? What attracts success? Success attracts success. So if you right now, maybe you just started, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you're at your wits' end, you've been trying to lose weight for so long, but you don't know how you're going to do it. Well, see yourself as already being there. I like Aston Martins, the car, but I think right now they don't have a manual transmission option. Anyway, don't want to get into that. I want to buy an SRT Viper. It's about a $150,000 car. I'm visualizing myself already having it right there in my garage, right there. You're either on top or you're at the bottom. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. Middle class doesn't exist. Middle class is a facade. Get on top. There's no such thing as unrealistic goals. There's only unrealistic deadlines. All right. So there's no unrealistic goals. There's only unrealistic deadlines. But what I want you guys to do is put on your blinders and focus on what actually works to lose the fat, build the muscle, and actually get into six pack city for once. And that is to have blinders on and only focus on one thing, and that is to make it a lifestyle. And you guys are going to be bombarded and hit and thrown quick fixes and solutions your way. Same thing happens to me. I'm building my business. There's like this marketing funnel, then there's this marketing funnel, then there's these types of ads, and there's this types of ad. They all work, but none of them work if I pay a little bit of attention to all of them. But if I pay all my attention to one of them, then it's going to work. Somebody asked me today, what do you think about mushroom coffee? Whatever. It's calories in, calories out. Eat whatever you want. Don't eat at drive-throughs and you're good. It's really simple. You really only need to work out 3 days a week, 30 minutes a day, have the right intensity. If you eat 80% of your foods from real foods, like potatoes, meat, and all that stuff, you're fine. Mushroom coffee. What is it? It's coffee with mushrooms in it. Can't hurt you as long as you don't drink 10 gallons of it. You're fine. Now, the reason I bring that question up is because so many women, men and women too, everybody's equal. But so many people ask me that, okay, what about this food? Oh, what is this food? Oh, is this food good? There is no such thing as a good or bad food. There's just calories. Now, with that said, there's food and then there's food that's not food. Drive-through food is not food. If you're feeding your kids fast food, you're poisoning them. You're basically killing them. And this is going to sound real morbid. Oh, I really shouldn't say this. Okay, here we go. If you commit suicide, it's over in one shot. But if you eat processed food, you're basically doing that very slowly. And I know that's harsh. You're either on top or you're at the bottom. See yourself like you're on top already. And don't be afraid. So many women, and this is women, men don't have this problem, but women feel guilty for being successful. I don't know what it is. You make money, you feel good. You're surviving in California. You should pat yourself on the shoulder, on the back every single day. Hey, you're in California. You know, the whole entire world wants to be in California. You know how good the weather is and the beaches and the ocean. It's not about how much money you make, but it's about you being successful and showing what you got. Don't be ashamed of who you are and what you're accomplishing. But I can tell you this, I'll promise you this. If you subdue yourself and you start lowering your energy and lowering your frequency, just so you don't offend the plebes and the peasants, with all due respect, then you're killing yourself. You need to let your light shine bright. I think it's Marianne Angelou, or I don't know who made the quote, but by us letting our light shine bright, we give others permission to do the same. Be your best self, and in doing so, you'll give others permission to do the same. And I'll leave you guys with this. If I post content and I say, losing weight is calories in versus calories out, you just got to take one step in front of the other. Don't have to see the whole staircase. You just got to take the first step. Everybody's going to say, yeah, I like that. Yeah. But I'm not going to make an impact on anybody. If I say, hey, if your kids are around, then that's not a shape. You're killing your kids. Stop messing around. You need to be a better role model. And here's what it's costing you by not putting yourself first. You're losing money at work. You're losing opportunities. You're having a bad sex life. Get it together. Now, when I say that, I'm going to offend 90% of the people. But the 10% that resonates with it, they're actually going to take action. And guess what? Those 90% that get offended, they were never going to do anything anyway. So you listening to this live or maybe in the replay, be your best self already. Because if those who get offended by you being your best self, they were never real anyway. They shouldn't have been in your life anyway. That's my stance right there. And yeah. So, does anybody want to talk about food and all that stuff? I'm just kidding. Does anybody have any questions, any wins or anything? Let's do this. Let's go around. Ooh, I love it when there's an iPhone. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Bruce. Never mind. Or is it Joy? I don't know. All right, let's do this. Does anybody have any? Let's just go wins real quick. Oh, you know what? Here, I'm sorry. Let's do this because it's awkwardly quiet. Let's do either wins or what book are you reading right now or audiobook, or what revelation have you recently had about yourself? Shayna, yeah.
I can say that you just, with what you said and with a couple of groups that I'm in, the text messages that we got, let your light shine has been the theme for today. So it's making me rethink about why I chose to do this and to find a restart again. So I'm doing it. So it's making me really go back and remember why I started, because I know I've fallen off a little bit with the eating and not actually doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, okay, I know I need to get back on. I need to get back on. And a lot of my mindset has always been the negative people around me. And I've gotten to the point where I don't listen to them as much, but I'm still reverting back to that. And I'm like, nope, go back to the why. Go back to the why. Why was I doing this in the first place? And that part is the letting the light shine, because a lot of people are like, oh, you look different. You're happier. You're doing this more. You're doing that more. It's that light shining is now reminding me of why I started. So I'm getting re-energized and recharged now. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. And how can you, because you're an inspiration for everybody, how do you deal with, if you don't mind me sharing, if we just get it out there, like you're surrounded by a pretty, not everybody's very supportive in your direct environment, right? How do you deal with that?
I try not to listen, and a lot of the times I keep and I walk away. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go do something else real quick and I'll talk to you later. And that's been my out for the longest, is when they start to get negative, I try to stop the conversation and it's, oh wait, I forgot I gotta go do something, and I'll get out the general area.
Yeah. You feel like it's a war of attrition, whoever just has the longest breath, basically, and you're just gonna have to keep it up.
Sometimes, yeah. A lot of the times, a friend of mine told me, she said, you might need to go on a people fast.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that with a lot of the negative people in my life. I've just been like, okay, I'm fasting from you for the next couple of weeks, where I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to deal with you. If you text me, shoot me, you call me, I may take a couple of days or so to respond, just because I need to keep my sanity. And that's one of the reasons why I laughed when she said a people fast.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And so you're in other groups and it's the same message that you said.
Yeah,
Coincidentally was today?
yes, a couple of them are my people from my church. Then they put out messages that said, let your light shine. They've sent reels today where people are not letting the world circumstances stop you from being a child of God, and letting what you have in you shine brighter than everything else around you. So
Yeah, absolutely. Mindset is everything. And yeah, no, thank you for sharing. We all, and what you said about falling off, you're not always going to be 100% on mindset. In fact, I don't trust people who are always fired up. And if I can just be blunt, and I know this is going to be not right, but whenever I see somebody that's like always, yeah, you got to live life great, and oh, you got to jump out of bed and have the great. I'm always like, I wonder how much their cocaine bill is, how much they spend per month on cocaine. Because how do you, every 4 days, maybe one day, you should have a bad day. That's okay. That's only normal. And social media is a highlight reel. And actually, you know what? Why I'm inspired is because what I did is I interviewed some clients and I just asked them, like, hey, what were your deepest desires and what were your revelations as you got into shape? And they all said that, yeah, they just don't trust the quick fixes. They don't trust perfection. They want something that's real life. And what all of them said, every single one said was they just hate social media. They hate how perfect everyone looks. And nothing's real, or most of the stuff isn't real. But yeah, thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share a revelation or win or a favorite book that you're reading right now? I'm getting all kinds of text messages from people who can't make it. Anybody else? And John, just to let you know, yeah, I'm going to text you the nutritionist phone number. I'll text it to you right now.
Appreciate it. Hey, this is John. Reading a book, Make Today Count by John Maxwell. It's really good keeping focused and getting focused in on planning. It becomes so important. I've just pretty much spent 50% of my time on the road.
Yeah.
Planning isn't always the easiest thing to do.
John Maxwell is great.
Yeah.
What's like the number one thing that you got out of it?
Just setting the importance of the planning time, just setting that time aside. And, that's been one thing, one aspect of the work, the whole program now. It's just what I've been on with you and working out and getting in there and getting up at 5 a.m., being there. Even when I'm on the road now, so maintaining that 5 a.m. So getting into the gym no later than 5:30 or 6 when I'm on the road. Just needing to be consistent. And as well as with food logs and everything. But it's been really good.
So being intentional with your time.
Being intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I was talking to a lady. She said she doesn't like working away from home. She likes working from home, but I told her, well, maybe it's good for you because at least you have structure then. Because working from home can also be tough because you just wake up and I can get 10 minutes. I can go check these reels real quick. I can go check my kitchen real quick. So sometimes, maybe John too, for you, if you're traveling, I am always my most productive when I'm in an airplane because I have no reception usually, and I just like me and a piece of paper, and I get so productive. So distractions are a killer, and if you can have that focus every single day, you'll just move in warp speed towards your goals. Which, by the way, anybody can accomplish anything they set their mind to. Anybody else want to share revelations or wins or their favorite book that they're reading? A book that they're reading? Or movie that you're watching?
I actually have a question
Yeah.
about the workout.
Yeah.
So I noticed that they're different. I was just wondering what's the reasoning behind that, or because now I notice it's not so much of the heavy lifting. I don't know if you know about the workouts.
Let me see. What phase are you in? Or what is let me look it up real quick.
Not sure. It says phase 1, but yeah.
So you mentioned it's 4 workouts a week, right? Wait, am I still there? Am I still there? Yeah. Vidi, can you hear me or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so you're at 4 workouts a week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let me check your program real quick. You say, so you're saying it's not heavy?
It's not like the other workouts where it was, I guess, more heavy lifting. This one, it's structured differently.
I see here tomorrow you got phase 1, day 2. It's structured differently because tomorrow you got what did you do today?
I did 4. I did day 4 because last week I only got a chance to do three days.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I did day 4, but the pattern is different and it's not. You do mention heavy lifting, but
yeah, okay. I get what you're saying. So you're in. Okay, so yeah, you were in the Driven Woman Transformation Program, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Now you're in the Strong Life Transformation Program, and that is based on having the first 2 days be heavy, and then the second or the third and the fourth day are a little bit lighter. So what you did today was the incline dumbbell bench press, right?
yes.
And you did 3 sets of 7 at 6:01. So that means you're going down in 6 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. So what that does, you're not going as heavy, but you're having more what's called time under tension. So the way that's workout set up is that in the Monday and the or whatever, the first 2 days you do a 5 rep max or whatever, you go boom. Then on day 3 and day 4, you go slower. Now what that does is it increases it's better for your form, and it hits your muscles in a different way. It builds your muscular endurance. And that's really good because then you can use that muscular endurance for your heavy lifts again. So in a way, it makes you stronger, because to get stronger, it doesn't mean that you only have to lift heavy weight. You also want to lift weight slow sometimes. You want to lift weight with one arm. You want to lift weight more reps. So you want a variety. You don't want to have your body get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So today was a little different. Yeah. It was 6:01, which is really brutal, by the way, especially if you did that on Bulgarians, going down 6 seconds, like you get into a Bulgarian
Yeah,
position.
those are tough.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really because you still want to go as heavy as possible. It's going to be a lot lighter than you just doing a couple reps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it. That was my
Yeah. Okay.
question.
Oh, yeah. Let me know if
Yeah.
you need help with that. But I do see you did day 4 today. So I wouldn't do day
Yeah.
2 tomorrow, because that is the bench press again. So what I would do is,
Plates, right? So
yeah, you could just do day 3
lower body.
or day 1
Yeah.
tomorrow. You can do day 1 tomorrow,
Okay.
which was
Okay, sounds good.
yeah, you'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Cool. Yup. Anybody else? By the way, if nobody has anything, raise your hand if you have something. But I do want to say, and I've been meaning to say this every single Zoom call, and I always forget. And I haven't been doing it myself either. I'm not talking to the group. I'm talking to you. Yes, you need to stop buying protein bars. And I know I've talked about protein bars, but if you're buying Bear Bell protein bars for $3, let me tell you, if you can easily make your own protein bars. Here's what you do. You have a blender. Everybody has a blender. You don't need a Vitamix for this. You just need a blender. You get some oatmeal. Now, it doesn't even really matter how much you do, but let's just say, listen to this. A cup of oatmeal, you put a whole cup of oatmeal in the blender, blend it. It turns into oat flour. Put that oat flour in a bowl, whatever. Then you add 2-3 scoops of protein powder, blend it together, whatever. Then you add either some PB2 powder, the peanut butter powder, or just add some peanut butter, and then add a little bit of water, not too much, and then you mix it together until it gets like a solid, just almost like a brick, like a chunk. Then you mash that, make it flat, and then you get a bar of chocolate, chop it up, put it in a pan, put it in the microwave for 15 seconds, make it liquid, pour it over there, and you put that brick, by the way, you put it on parchment paper, pour the liquid chocolate over the brick, and then you'll put it in the freezer for literally like 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Chop that up, and you can do the math, but it'll come out to you making protein bars that are about 200 calories for 20 grams of protein. And you will literally pay maybe 80 cents per protein bar. And it's way higher protein, and it's way better ingredients, and it tastes way better too. In fact, I don't want to interrupt the Zoom call, but I just made some. Give me 1 second. Now I put them in Tupperware. Now the reason I'm saying this is because if you go on YouTube, every single homemade protein bar is all the same recipe. It's all the same principle. So look at that. Look at this chocolatey goodness right here. Now I already sliced them up. I haven't had one yet, but let me get one real quick. See how gooey this is? Look at this. This is amazing. This is hard chocolate that I melted. Look at how this is 200 calories right there. Chocolate on top, 20 grams of protein, and it tastes amazing because literally it's just oats, peanut butter, and protein powder with a little bit of water. So this whole thing is like $5 or something like that. That's how much it costs. Now, of course, it's not about the money, whatever, but it's a no-brainer. Why can't you buy that in the store? because it needs to be refrigerated, and there's no money in it. If you make that, how are you going to make money on it? So that's why, really, what should you buy at the store is potatoes and just real food, really. Maybe all brand or something. But yeah, that's your homework right there. Does anybody else have anything? Any questions? Wins, revelations? No? Jackie, you're good? You're good? All right. We got Shayna is probably on her way to work. We got Janelle, Monica. Hope you had a great birthday, Monica. And then Bruce or Joy. I don't know what I'm looking at. I think that's like maybe their kitchen or something. And then John just asked me email or post protein bar recipe. Yeah.
You can speak.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can you hear us?
Sorry,
Yes.
Michael.
Oh, Joy, you're back home?
It's me. I'm listening.
Cool.
I had 8 days of traveling and trying to eat healthy, and not having a gym was very difficult.
In the North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia.
Exactly.
How'd
I
it go?
tried my best. I took my jump rope and I jumped a lot of rope while I was gone.
So Shayna was just talking about having challenging environment. You were with your family and they're not as healthy, right?
They ate a lot of fried food. It was very hard watching and keeping my mouth closed.
Just sitting, just not saying anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was hard at first because I wanted to say, why is your stomach upset? It's because you ate fried shrimp.
Did they say anything about you though?
They just know I'm more healthy and try my best. And I would just encourage them to go walk with me or to get out and get some steps in. And I did motivate them to show them that 10,000 steps a day. And your comment, if you walk 10,000 steps a day, you won't be fat.
Yeah,
That was my comment.
that's you. Those are your words. But yeah, no, that's something I would say.
I think that's what you said to me one time. Stop eating crackers and walk 10,000 steps.
Yeah, that's common sense. No, but that's good. Did you have a good time though?
Yes, it was a wonderful time. I've not
All right.
been to the Carolinas, so it was a great trip. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. All right. See you guys tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Yes.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Hey, bring me a protein bar and a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, no. In a Ziploc bag. Yeah. Let me just text me what else you want. And I'll put my Uber Eats light on. All right. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. If I'm in a good mood. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, everybody else is good. Thank you so much for joining. And John, yeah, I'm gonna send out the recipe for this protein bar. The reason I haven't sent it out is because I don't have one myself yet. But there's this guy, he's this New Yorker guy, Rahul or something, and he makes these recipes. He's really funny. I'll send it to you. But yeah, it really just comes down, it all comes down to the same thing. Just basically just make a mixture of protein powder with oat flour and then peanut butter and then just liquid chocolate over it and then a little bit of salt too. Janelle, you got a question? Or you raised your hand? Did you raise your hand?
I did. I'm sorry. Can you also provide one without chocolate? I might be an outcast here, but I am not the biggest fan of chocolate.
Yeah. You can do, you don't like white chocolate either?
I like white chocolate. I could do that. It's more tolerable. Unless it's really dark, I'll eat really dark chocolate, but milk chocolate is not my favorite.
Yeah, you could just do milk chocolate or white chocolate. You could also really, you know what a protein bar is, guys? It's basically just a mixture. A lot of protein bars use peanut butter because peanut butter holds everything together. So protein bars often are just that. They're just a mixture of stuff that hold things together, and they're cut in bricks. There's also, you can make it with fruit. You can make it with, nowadays, everything is made with cottage cheese. So yeah, I'll send you some recipes. I'll send them out on the group chat, on the app. So yeah, you can check them out. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to end it, and then I'm probably going to send the replay out tomorrow because my system will be back up. But I'll thank you so much for coming in or for coming on this call. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, if you need anything, let me know. Just message me privately, and I'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you guys next week. All right, talk to you later. Bye.